Hello everyone, this is Rohit from Code. In this lecture, our agenda will be first, strings, second, creating strings, third one, indexing in strings, and last but not least, string function. So let's start with our first topic, that is strings. So you all might be wondering what is string. So in Python, strings are simple text or words which are used everywhere, like your name, books, and even we are also communicating in words only in this video. So strings or text consist of set of character or alphabet. For example, here code is a collection of four characters or four alphabet. Similarly, your name also consists of some alphabet or characters. So, str data type represent a string. As str is a class for all string data types. Now let's move on to our next topic, creating strings. A string can be created with single quotes. For example, str equals to single quote, code, education, and then again single quote. Now, here in this example, str is a variable of string data type and code education is a string. Next, a string can also be enclosed within a double quotes. So here is an example, str equals to code education within double quotes. Now let's move on to Python shell to do some practicals. So in search bar write Python and here you can see ideally and then click OK. So Python shell is open. So now write s equals to single quotes code education and then press enter. Now print s by simply writing s and then press enter. So here it is written code education. Now to check type of it, write typ type and in bracket write s and then press enter. Here you can see it is written class str. As I earlier mentioned that str is a class for all string. Now practice with double quotes. So write str equals to in double quotes write code education and then press enter. Now to print str simply write str and then press enter. You can see it is written code education. So there is no difference between single and double quotes, both are representation, but sometimes this single quote and double quote are used in a single statement only. We will discuss in depth as we go on with our series. Till then, practice some creation of strings by single quote and double quote. Now move on back to our slide. So our next topic is indexing in string. So here we start with its definition. So it is written index represent the position number of characters in a string. What does this means? It means, for example, you have a name. Let's say your name is Rohit. So you know it consists 5 letters. So how do you know it consists 5 letter alphabet or a character? Because you count individual letters or characters. Similarly, in Python also, it is the same way of indexing. Now, move on to our next example. So here it is written str equals to code edu. Now to understand this example, just divide the above string in single letters and fit it in the box. Now it is easy to understand and here we can now give them index. So in Python index starts from 0 then increases one by one till end of the string. In Python there are two types of indexing in a string. First one is positive and another is negative. So what we have seen is positive indexing of a string. Now we will see negative indexing of string. So negative indexing starts from -1 from last element of the string and increase one by one till start of the string. Now you all might be wondering what is the use of this index in string, why I am teaching this, because this string is very important in Python and many of things are going to be done by strings only. So here string index is one of the most important topic, and if we want to fetch single element or some set of element from the whole string, then we will use index only, and in our further slides we will discuss about slicing. If you don't understand anything about indexing in a string, then don't worry, in further videos and in some practicals we will see how string indexing is done. Now our next topic is string functions. So functions in strings are like functions of mobile. From mobile we can call SMS anyone. We can play games, we can capture videos, photos, etc. So these are functions of mobile phone. Likewise, string has function too. So start with our first function, that is slicing. Slicing in strings is nothing but extracting some letters or some group of words from whole string. So here in example you can see it is an str equals to code edu. Represent it in single letters so we can understand easily. So write its index, first positive index and then negative index. Now we can use print function to print a particular letter or group of letter. Here you can see it is written print str0. What this command will do, it will go to str where it is written code edu, and there check which index we have to extract. So here it is written 0, so we will extract 0th one index from it and it will give us answer C. Similarly, like second one command also, here it is written str followed by square bracket, and in this square bracket it is written -5, and now it will give us D. Now let's move on to practicals to understand it very briefly. So now go to search bar and write Python, and here you can see ideally and click OK. Python shell is here. Now write s equals to double quotes and write code edu and then press enter. Now to print that part or particular letter, just write s and in square bracket write 0 and then press enter. Here you can see it is written C. Now to check our second example, it was -5. So write s and in square bracket write -5 and then press enter. Here it prints D. Now everyone just try with your name. So write NAME name equals to what is your name, just type in double quotes and write my name is Rohit, so I am writing ROHIT and then press enter. Now to print last letter of word, just write NAME and in square bracket write -1 and then press enter. Here you can see T is been printed and it is the last letter of my name. Now just practice some more examples with another strings, and I hope this might be fun for you to play with strings and to use slicing function. Now move on back to our slide. So our next type of string function is len. So what it do, it simply provides length of string. For example, it is written str equals to Rohit, then length of string is 5. As I earlier told you how this length is being calculated, it takes single letters and simply count it. Now move on to our next function, that is upper. So what does it do? It simply converts each character or letter of string in uppercase. For example, str equals to Rohit. In this, R is in uppercase only. So it will avoid it and then next move with another letter, that is O. So O is in lowercase, so it will convert it in uppercase. This process will be done for each and every letter, the last letter of string. And now here you can see, so Rohit was the input and we will get output as Rohit in uppercase. Whole letter will be uppercase. Now next move on to lowercase. So it similarly performs like uppercase only, but in this case it lowercase all the alphabet, and it also moves from one letter to another. So for example, it is written R is in capital, so it will take R and then check if it is in small or not, then it will make it small, then it will check with O, so O is in small only, so it will leave it, then it will check for H and then for I, then for T, and then our output will be Rohit in lowercase. Now our next and last function is strip. What does strip do? It simply remove spaces from beginning and end of the string. Like in example, you can see it is written str equals to double quote space code space education and then space and then double quote. So in this example, there are total of 3 spaces. First space is at the beginning and last space is at the end, and the middle one space is between code and education. So now what strip function will we do? It will remove the spaces from beginning of the string and at the end of the string. So the output for our input string is code space education. So it removes 2 spaces, first is from end and another one is from the beginning. Now let's do some practical. So in search bar just type Python and then open IDLE. Now Python shell is here, so write s equals to in double quotes your name. So my name is Rohit, so I write Rohit only and then press enter. First we will go with length function, so write len and in round brackets write s and then press enter. So here you can see it is written 5. Now we will move with our another function, that is upper. To move with upper, just write s dot upper and then round brackets and then press enter. Here you can see my whole name is being printed in uppercase. Now so our next function is lower. So to go with lowercase function, we have a string which consists some uppercase words. So write s equals to your name and last 3 letters of your name should be capital or in uppercase. Now here you can see I have written RO as small and my last 3 letters in uppercase, that is HIT, and then press enter. Now go with lower function, so write s dot lower and then round brackets and then press enter. So here you can see my whole name is been printed and every letter is in lowercase. Now next move on to our last function, that is strip. So to perform a strip, we must have some spaces at the end of the string and at the beginning of the string. So write s equals to double quote 2 spaces write I am coder and then 3 spaces and then press enter. Now write s dot strip and then round brackets and then press enter. Here you can see it is written I am coder and spaces at the end of the string and at the beginning of the string are being removed. For better understanding of strings and its functions, go with all these functions with different strings. I hope to see you in next video. Till then, practice more with string functions, and from next video we will practice more in Python. Thank you.